Our friends over at DX Engineering sent me a few goodies, and I thought I would take this box with me camping this weekend and share with you what they sent. So here's the box. I've already opened it up, so I kind of know what's in here. The first item is this, and it is 50 feet of their coax RG8X in the orange color. With the PL259 connectors on each end. Our buddy Joe has this coax. I believe he's got the orange color even, and he just absolutely loves it. So I think we'll be showing him up coming to an activation with my own stretch of the orange coax. Really nice stuff, and feels nice and flexible. Of course, the true test will come this winter. We'll put it on the air. We'll see how pliable it is when it is in the single digits Fahrenheit. But right now, on this beautiful 78-degree day, you know, this is just nice. So we will certainly put this coax on the air today. And then the second big item they sent me is this. This is the DX Engineering low power portable dipole center insulator with a 1-to-1 balun. Well, that's what that, but it's a lot more than that, because if you look on the back side, there's a lot of things in here, and the label says portable HF antenna dipole kit. So cool. This has been our summer of dipoles. We've talked about dipoles quite a bit in the last few videos, and a dipole is a great antenna. It's the most fundamental of antenna designs, and what this does is it's a kit. So I'm just going to move the box out of the way here. We get a few things. So this is basically the instruction sheet for this particular item, and that is the 1-to-1 center insulator. It's got a choke built right into it. This is a nice lightweight BNC connector. Perfect, yeah, like I said, perfect for a dipole antenna kit, and that's what these instructions are for. And then the rest of the items, it give you enough supplies so that you can build your own single band or multi-band link dipole antenna. So what we've got here are two 40-foot lengths of 24 gauge wire in a beautiful yellow color. This is enough wire to make a 40-meter dipole or anything higher than that. And then in this bag, we've got a few wire winders. You get 3 of them, 3 of these DX Engineering wire winders. So you can use 2 for the antenna itself, and you can use a 3rd one to store your ropes if you wish. We've got a couple other items here to make 4 of these little pieces that will be used as either your end points for the dipole antenna, or they'll also be used along with these alligator clips if you want to make a 2-band link dipole antenna. And then a couple of miscellaneous clips to help secure your rope. And then the third thing this antenna comes with is a package of these bongo ties. This is a 10-pack of red bongo ties. You can get the antenna kits in a multitude of different colored ties, rubber ties. These things are great. I love bongo ties. The whole thing is that you got a couple options here. DX Engineering sells this 1-to-1 center point and center insulator with the integrated choke as a separate item. So if you wanted to build your own antennas from scratch, you can buy just this. Or if you want to get the whole kit with the wire, the winders, the ties, the clips, and everything, they have that option too on their website. So these kits are available 2 different ways. If you buy the whole kit, The instructions are not included. You're going to have to print those out. You'll find them online, the instruction booklet, but it's a pretty easy read. And I think, you know, dipoles are a pretty simple antenna. It's a great first antenna to build. So experience level on this, you know, should be just perfect for if you're a beginner starting out in ham radio and you want to build your first antenna. This is I think this kit would probably be a good way to start that. So, like I said, we're out here camping in the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest. What a better place to build and test this antenna, but on the picnic table in the campground. So let me get my tools and we're going to put this antenna on the air. Thank you to DX Engineering for supporting the channel and sending me this HF dipole antenna kit. We're going to build this antenna kit, but as I do that, my opinions are my own without any outside influence. So stick around with me as we put this antenna together and put it on the air. To build our dipole antenna, we're going to need a few tools. I got my pocket knife with me, but I don't think I'm going to be using this today. Instead, I've got a tape measure. I've got my 100-foot tape measure here. You can use a shorter one if you wish. Wire cutters, a wire stripper, and then finally a soldering iron. You're going to need a soldering iron to solder the wire elements to the center insulator and also to the link alligator clips. I'm using my isotip butane soldering iron out here in the field. Step one is we need to know, we got to think about what bands we want to build this antenna for. And in the instructions, these are the ones that are available on the DX Engineering website. They've got a chart that gives us our dipole wire lengths. And these wire lengths are calculated using the formula 468 divided by your frequency in megahertz will give you your half wave length in feet. So once we get that half wave length, we just got to split that again in half for each element, each side of the dipole antenna. I'm going to be building a linked dipole antenna, and I'm going to concentrate on two bands, the 40-meter band and the 20-meter band, and that's probably going to be, you know, the most popular bands, you know, if you're going to build a linked dipole antenna. You know, if you wanted to, you know, if you're the kind of person that's really into the work bands, you know, maybe you want to build it for 30 and 17 meters. If you want to add a third band or even a fourth one, you can get additional alligator clips from DX Engineering, so you can add more bands. But we're going to do a 40 meter and a 20 meter linked dipole antenna. So the easiest way to build these is to work from the inside out. So the way a linked dipole antenna works is you've got your center insulator right, and from there we're going to add a length of wire for your highest frequency band. That'll be our 20-meter band, and then we will add a second length of wire for our second band to extend it into the lower band, our 40-meter band. So we're first going to build this antenna for 20 meters, and then we're going to tune that, and then we will add the element for the 40-meter band, and then we can tune that, and we will have our complete antenna constructed. For the 20-meter band, I am going to need 16 feet, 6 inches of wire. And DX Engineering recommends that you add about 8 inches of extra wire, just so that you have some extra wire to work with during the tuning process. And they give you plenty of wire here. I mean, we've got 80 feet of wire, 40 feet on a side, and for a complete 40-meter dipole, we only need about 33, 34 feet. So we got plenty of wire here. Let's count out 16 feet, 6 inches of wire, and a little bit to grow on. Now we're going to need to solder this wire onto these little pads on the center insulator. And all right. Eventually, we're gonna have to put our alligator clips on this if we were gonna build a link dipole, but we're gonna build for the 20, like I said, we're gonna build for the 20-meter band first, and then we're gonna extend the wire out for the 40-meter band. So we can go right away to our end pieces here. So this is how you, if you're gonna build a monoband dipole, this is how you would finish it up. And we're gonna twist, and we can secure this down with a piece of electrical tape so that it doesn't go kittywampus. Do this to the other side, and then we're gonna put this antenna up in the air and see if we can get it tuned for the 20-meter band. Put the antenna up in the air, and our SWR is a little high. It's at about 3 to 1, and that was expected because we added extra length to the wires. And if I look at my graph, the antenna is certainly long. So we're going to need to shorten it a little bit. One thing, actually two things that happened here is that we did not account for velocity factor at all, so we got that extra length there, and also we added an extra 8 inches, and that brought us way down to the bottom of the band. So I think if we're going to just trim the antenna up a little bit, and we take another measurement, we will probably be about spot on in the middle of the band, which is where I want it to be. We trimmed off about 8 inches of wire on both sides, made sure that both sides were about equal, cut off the tail so that it wasn't interfering with our measurements, and this is what we end up with. Beautiful scan on the 20-meter band, resonant at about 14.16, so almost the middle of the band. Good enough. It's perfect within for both the CW digital segment and all the way through the forward band. So we are good to go on the 20-meter band. We could use it as is, as a single band 20-meter dipole, or we can add an extra piece of wire and those 2 alligator clips so we can turn it into a full 20 and 40-meter linked dipole antenna. I brought the 2 ends for my dipole antenna back here on the picnic table, and we're going to add the alligator clips and then cut 2 more segments of wires to make the 40-meter portion of our linked dipole antenna. So we're going to need a total, for 40 meters, we're going to need a total of 32 feet 9 inches. That'll put us in the middle of the 40-meter band. I've got 6 feet 5 inches, it looks like, that we ended up with for the 20-meter band here. And I think that's going to stay the same thing here. 16 feet 5 inches. Yep, 16 feet 5 inches on both sides for the 20-meter band. So let's do our alligator clips first, and then we will continue on with cutting the wire. So now that part is done, we need to cut some wire, and our 20-meter segment is 16 feet 5 inches, and for 40 meters I want 32 feet 9 inches overall. So my extra piece of wire is going to need to be 16 feet 4 inches. And we're gonna also leave a little bit of extra at the end so that we have some to work with in the tuning process. So, get my clip, scrap. We'll pick our scraps up. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now the way these link dipoles work is when the link is open, this is a 20 meter antenna because everything stops right here. When I close the link by connecting the alligator clips, now it extends out to the full length of the wire and we have a 40 meter antenna. I got my dipole back up in the air and I put it on the meter for the 40 meter band, and my target frequency is 7150, 7.150 megahertz. I'm getting about 2 to 1. But if I look at the bottom of the band, if I look at the whole band spectrum, it's coming in 1 to 1 right at the bottom of the band there at 69,990. So I'm at a choice. If I was interested in CW and digital operation, I would leave it as is, right down there at the bottom of the band. If my primary focus was phone operation, I would probably want to trim this antenna a little bit. And this is the conundrum that we have with dipole antennas for the 40 meter band, because the band is long enough that a standard dipole antenna is not going to give you enough bandwidth to cover the entire 40 meter band. So you have to decide, do I want it tuned for CW and digital? Do I want it tuned for voice? And that's where you drop it at. I'm gonna probably end up taking just a little bit off to kind of nudge it up just a little bit more, so I get a good reading in the in the lower part of the phone portion of the band, because that's really what I'm interested in. And then for anything else, you're going to want to use it. You'll just use a tuner. All right, so that's our construction of the DX Engineering's dipole antenna kit. We're going to put it on the air. You won't see it in this video though, but I'll post some activations online over on our Patreon account if you're really interested. If you want to see that, links for Patreon will be down below. Questions, comments on the DX Engineering dipole antenna kit. Is this something you think you could do? Let me know down in the video description down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this antenna. So that's it for this time. I'm Michael, KB9VBR. You have a great day, and 7-3.